just getting enough money to replace the tires or or getting
Right.
to the next venue, and then we released. We had a few lineup changes, of course. We had a new drummer coming in. Tommy came to the band in 2016. We recorded another album in 2018 with a producer from England called Dan Weller, who produced bands like Ender Shikari or Bury Tomorrow. He's a great guy. We had a great
The
experience.
guys from Canada
Also,
also.
guys from Canada. Monster Truck
Yeah.
from Canada. He did those guys as well.
So I want to stop you there. So let's talk about 2006 to 2012.
Yeah.
So how did you prepare the band to kind of be ready for this moment when you take, the trip to the US and you start making these connections? What happened in those 6 years?
Oh my
What do you
God.
feel like you did? What did you do right?
I think not being afraid of anything.
Mhm.
Like we just wanted to go out there and do our thing regardless. So we started spreading our music everywhere. We started sending emails to everyone, like going on the internet and finding contacts and hear our music. This is our music, and sending to everyone and trying to play everywhere we could.
Pretty much
So-
doing everything they were telling you not to,
Right.
I guess.
Yeah. And what were they telling you not to do?
Not to sing in English in Italy,
Uh-huh.
for example. That's the first thing.
Right.
That's why there's always the question: what would your advice be? For another artist or band,
Mm-hmm.
and we usually don't like to, to give advices because, I mean, the a good advice is just don't listen to advices, or at least just how you say in English, just make a real good selection, at least try. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise you're gonna be some other person or some other artist.
And so you making the choice to sing in English.
Yeah.
Did you find that you had more success in the US or or generally in just Europe where Italians not as into it, or your community, because of that fact? So did you have to look outside of Italy as a way to kind of grow your support?
We actually did.
Yeah.
We actually did. You're touching, a very important matter for us as an Italian band singing in English, because in Italy there's the last few years with the how you say consecration. I don't know if you say it in English. It's like the explosion of Maneskin. Maybe something is changing,
Mm-hmm.
but the Italian market is really focused on Italian sang music. So nobody invests, money in Italian artists singing in English,
Right.
which is not for my point of view, it's not a good way of exploiting business. It's not you won't have a real future. You're
Mhm.
not investing. You need also to export, not only to import.
Right.
For example, we have a lot of rock radio stations
In Italy.
in Italy
Mm-hmm.
with the real and loyal following. like Virgin Radio is huge in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
but they only import music.
Right.
So they play all of the bands from UK and United States, but they don't put somewhere Italian band singing in English. That would be an investment.
Right. I think I can connect with that, being a Chicago artist.
Yeah.
Without there being a ton of industry here, there's not the support. So a lot of Chicago musicians, we can just talk about house music, for example. Chicago DJs will come here and they get some support, but they go to Europe and it's like, this is this is where house started. This is they get paid well, they get flown all over the world, but they come here and it's like, who are you?
Well, in Italy we say nessuno è profeta in patria.
What does that mean?
I'll try to translate it. Nobody is literally is like nobody is a prophet in its own country.
Yeah. And so and I think that's really interesting, and it's something that here we're definitely working on in Chicago, is how to export, right? How to export to different places. It's a beautiful place to innovate. It's a very innovative city. It's a very musically talented city, but in terms of finding different avenues to export, right? So for you guys, you found avenues, right? You played in 2012, you came to the US and you did that tour. How did you set up that tour?
Which tour?
The first one when you came to the US in 2012, you said.
Okay. Well, the first time in 2012 was just like we've been here in Los Angeles to record the album. So the first tour we did, the real one was in 2015.
Okay.
Because we did we did Texas that we already played in the previous years. And we also did the Midwest. So we kind of mixed booking ourselves. I mean, doing all the work.
Right. So you had no manager or record label at that time? Wow.
All the work.
Yeah,
There you
press
go.
and
And
everything.
mixing it with booking an independent booking agency that helped us in the Midwest. But it was seriously a little... it wasn't a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
It was just helping us, getting gigs.
Right.
How we managed it, investing on ourselves, on our music, trying to we were not earning money.
Yeah.
We were just trying to earn the money gig to
Pay for it.
get to the next
gig.
gig. Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I think what you started with is, we weren't afraid, right?
Yeah.
So there's a certain faith that you have in the music and the project, and you just go and you see where it leads. Can you talk about just some big moments for the band in the past couple of years that have really, you feel, have helped grow this thing into a bigger space? You guys are playing bigger festivals now. Is there, I mean, it's there's a long sludge, right, that you're walking through, and then you kind of hit these moments where it's like, okay, this is we're going somewhere, guys.
Yeah, well, it's a tough question because talking about 2012, I don't know, it seems like another career, seriously. Even the tour in the States, talking about it right now is just a totally different band, a totally different business.
Okay.
Especially after COVID.
Right.
Man, that was I don't have to explain it.
Right.
Well, of course, for our career, the experience at Eurovision was, the biggest exposure that we had. This year we won this, contest was in San Marino. I don't know if anybody knows San Marino.
Anyone know San Marino? Okay.
It's a small
Somewhere.
country
Okay,
inside Italy.
inside Italy. And you know, we won and we participated. We did all the pre-parties. They have all those pre-parties in Europe. They do gigs in Spain because Eurovision communities is a whole new
Right.
world.
It's massive, right?
We did all of that, and for us it was just like, you know, going on tour. It was we're used to it. We grew up with that.
Right. And you talk about the business changing before COVID to now. What has changed in your mind? How have you had to kind of adapt, you know, to the new world?
Wow. It's like, no, for especially for us, I think we changed the way of course, the way we're willing to go on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe before we would, you know, we would find anything, we would, you know, go out and do it, even if wasn't paid, or even if, you know, right now we're, you know, we're just we're a real business. So we need to make it profitable. We need to make it. We need to. She agreed with that. She agrees with that. And we need to make it, you know, sustainable.
Yeah. And have you built a team to help you with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you have a manager. Do you have a record label?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so we did back after the US tour in 2016. We met our current manager, and she started to invest money in the band and the project. You know, music producers, and, you know, to help us get to the next level, even in producing music. And then, you know, after winning and in San Marino, we signed a record deal with BMG Italy. But, you know, it's a big deal for us.
That's a massive deal. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's
a global.
BMG is worldwide.
Yeah, it's a global record.
Which, you know, also give us, you know, the chance to export.
Right.
Again, it's
it's.
I think it's basic stuff for every business, you know.
Right.
Even for Italy, okay, we have it's beautiful places, a lot of tourists, but, you know, we export you know, things.
Right. Yeah.
Mostly food, but
yeah. And you know, I just want to do a shout out to Toya.
Yeah.
I've never met her, but I did an email exchange with her, and, you know, she is the type of manager I feel like artists need to have, because she was on me about who's on the list for the Eventbrite, who are the people that are coming. I want to know the companies. You know, I mean, it was almost to a point where I was like, oh man, this is a lot, you know, like, it's not the only thing I do in my life, Toya. But at the same time, if you're not busting balls, then, you know, you're not going to get it done. And so you really need, you know, a manager like that, who's like, is looking at every opportunity that is, you know, that they're putting their band in as a, you know,
and this says a lot, because especially in Italy, that's not even enough.
Right.
Seriously, man. If I don't know, you know, what emails you exchange, but I can, you know, vouch for that. In Italy, you need to. there was nothing.
Right. That's
seriously,
good.
man.
Yeah. Well, no, and I appreciate that. And anytime I go to, you know, South by Southwest, and you meet, you know, managers, you can tell the ones who are really looking out for their artists, and who will be able to assess the situation and see if it's worth it, and will move on fast. If it's not worth it, I got to go. You know, we got to go to the next situation. Well, I think I'd love to hear from the two at the end here, our guitar player and drummer. Just a fun fact about the drummer. He broke smashed the smashed the fridge as a celebration of being here in Chicago, and making his mark here. But what has it been like for you guys? Joining the band. How long have you been with the band?
Me and
Both of you, yes.
oh, wow, you go. If you want. I it's difficult because I destroy all things, but I don't speak never. So about me, you did not.
I
tell
didn't.
me-
Yeah.
Nothing.
I didn't say anything.
I'm the last one. I joined the the band in 2019.
19,
Yeah,
yeah.
because they need me just for this.
Yeah.
For the UK tour. Yeah. The last guitarist.
Yeah.
Just what's it?
Yeah, our previous guitar player left us like on the edge of
Yeah.
a UK tour,
Yeah.
so we were like,
Normal,
after
normal
"He's a
stuff.
recording,
guy
yeah.
playing guitar."
Yeah, maybe if you want, you can come with us in UK. We have a motorhome going around the UK.
Yeah,
all-
again, UK independently
Right.
booked.
Yeah.
Again.
And and I think too. I mean, you two are the founders of the band, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what has been you've kept the band together, and that's not an easy thing, right? Maybe it is for you, but what have you felt has helped keep the project strong and moving forward?
No, it's not been easy.
Yeah.
It's well, so we know each other since kindergarten.
Yeah.
Okay. So we grew up
Tough job.
together
To know
in the
this guy
same
for so long.
in the same little street in Italy. So we were like brothers from different mothers, and we love each other, but we also hate each other, as brothers do.
No, but I think the one good thing that happened was also this lineup change, because it gave to the band a
New energy, yeah.
new energy, and having Tommy first and then Marco was actually a great thing for us. We didn't know it at first because
No,
we
yeah.
lost the two founding
What I wanted
members.
to say, yeah, it was
But,
difficult. For example, in 2016, our drummer decided to, leave the band, and our guitarist that later on left the band. He decided not to come on tour. So me and him,
Who is kind
we
of same.
just went to UK and played some shows, acoustic shows that we never, played, with some tracks, bass, keyboards, and vocals. And that was one of it was really tough. It was hard. So it's not being easy, keeping things together, and also not easy. It's not also easy to welcome other members, because you need to find a new balance between all the people, and we struggled, especially in 2019, because at the beginning, when a new member arrives, he's just he's following you because he's new, okay? But then when we start to work together on new things, even for older members, you need to change
Right.
as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you've been doing things with other people, so you were doing things in a certain way that it's not certain that works even for new members. So
Yeah.
not easy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can agree with all of that. Having played in bands for a long time, keeping people together and egos and writing songs, and it can be a very intimate, intense process. And especially if you're like basically family, it is even more intense because of that that long-standing relationship. Just a couple more questions, and then we'll get to the music because I know everyone's excited to hear you guys play. What do you find difficult about touring in the U.S. compared to touring in Europe?
Visas.
Yeah.
We just talked about it.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's
That's the only answer.
That's the only
You're
answer.
gonna
That's
get.
it. All right, next. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's the only answer.
real one.
Seriously, man. We will be here, 2-3 times a year.
Right.
But bureaucratic,
Yeah.
sides of music there, because there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Nothing. And we were talking about it. It's not even about, how much it costs, how long it's going to take, because they could say, you have all the paperwork, but still tell you, no, you won't get the visa, and you already booked all the gigs.
Yeah. It's getting worse, actually, because there's a couple.
that's encouraging.
Yeah. Well, there's been in recent times a couple of curators that book bigger events here that have basically had artists not be able to, one artist not come through, like 3 come through and 1 can't make it or get stopped, or there's some kind of situation, which is like, I even played for a band where the lead singer got stopped, and basically we did the show with backing tracks with no lead. It was ridiculous.
And I feel we're going back. We're
Yeah.
going backwards. For example, UK.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I don't know, they're introducing visas back even for
EU people.
European
That's crazy.
countries. So.
Right. Yeah, not good. Well, yeah, I mean, that's as Heyman talked about. We have a law firm in house that specifically deals with visas and entrepreneurial visas as well. So I guess just to end the conversation, I really appreciate you guys, taking the time to come to Chicago to talk to me, to answer some of my questions. What do you guys have in common? What's coming next? What are you guys excited about? What are some shows coming up?
Yeah, we have an exciting summer ahead, because we had more shows in Italy, of course. Summerfest tomorrow,
right?
Is, the highlight of the summer. But yeah, we have more shows in Italy, and then we're going to Romania, which is was an unexpected market for us, but it's really responsive to our music. So we're playing a festival over there, and in the in fall we're starting to book a European tour. So we already have some shows in the UK, Manchester and London, but of course we'll already looking into other countries like Poland and Germany, of course. Yes, we still cannot announce the tour, but we're working on it. So hopefully it's going to be a full winter full of concerts.
Yeah, that's great.
Also, I just wanted, speaking about the team and the band, creating a team around the band, I wanted to give a shout out to our photographer here,
Awesome.
Andrea, who's being
roadie,
yeah, and roadie and tour manager for the occasion. So he's doing everything. He's keeping us on time.
He's not in his best shape, because he usually dresses like a pizza.
Yeah, if you come tomorrow at Summerfest, you're gonna see him dressed like a slice of pizza. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
All right, pizza.
No, we were joking the other day. We were joking. We probably get famous for our photographer dressed as pizza. We're like, Piqued Jacks. Who?
Yeah.
Oh, that you talking about with the photographer dressed as pizza. Oh yeah. Jacks, yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, great. Well, thank you so much, guys, for talking to me.
Everybody.
We're gonna do a quick little set break, grab a drink, and they're gonna play. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.